Okay guys, it's me one more time. We have one more video for our CBA review. So we're going to look at the last page of our CBA, of our review. We're going to look at modeling and solving one variable equation. So it says the model represents the equation x minus 3 equals 10. So we have x and 3 negatives, and we have 10 positives over here, and that's what our key tells us is happening. So you can solve this two ways. Since they gave us the equation, we can solve it algebraically. Since they gave us the model, we can solve it with the model. Because they gave us the model, I'm going to go ahead and solve it that way first. Remember, this is our equal sign, so we're going to draw a line. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other. Remember, we can, to get the x by itself, which is our goal at the end, we have to take away the negative 3. But I do not have any negatives to take away on this side, so instead of doing that, another way that I can create 0 is by adding 3 positives. And if I add 3 positives on this side, I have to add 3 positives on this side. This is a 0 pair, this is 0 pair, this is a 0 pair. They all cancel out, so I'm left with x. But what happens on this side? They're all on the same team, which means they have to add them together. So my answer would be x equals 13, because I had 13, which means my answer is C. I can work it algebraically. So let's do it algebraically. They already have it written here for me. I'm not going to write it again. What is the opposite, or what did I physically do up here to get the x by itself? Well, I added 3 positives. And if I added 3 on this side, have to add 3 on this side. This creates a 0 pair. I'm left with x, and 10 plus 3 is equal to 13. So I got 13 both ways. And now I can take this 13 and go back and see if it works. 13 minus 3 equals 10. Well, 13 minus 3 is 10, and 10 does equal 10, so then it checked itself out. The next question wants us to draw and solve a model to show the following equation. So I have 12 equals x plus 4. Let's go ahead and draw that first. So I have 12 on this side. I have a bar, and I have 4 positives on this side. Since they're all positive, to get the x by itself, I can just cross those out, which means I can also cross 4 out on this side, and I'm left with 8. So x is equal to 8. But I can also do this algebraically. I can say that the opposite of addition is subtraction. I took them away, that's subtraction. I take away 4 on this side. 12 minus 4 is 8, so that is equal to x. And then I can always go back and check myself. 12 equals 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4 is 12, so 12 is equal to 12. And then we have we have 2 more questions here at the bottom. They are 2 separate questions. The first question says, Amy thinks that the answer to the following equation is m equals 5. Is she correct? Why or why not? I really want y'all to try to do this one on your own and try to figure it out. This is a question that we will go over during tutorials, but I really want you to figure this out. But I do want to go through and work on this last question. It says determine if the solution x equals 2.5 makes each equation true. So I know that, sorry guys, I know that 2.5 is 2.5. So I'm going to just change that 2.5 to 2.5. If I add 2.5, I want to see if that equals 5. Well, 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5. And I know that 5 equals 5, so my answer should be correct. Like, those do make this sentence true because the 2 sides equaled each other. When I look at 25x equals 63, this means that 25 times 2.5 should equal 63. So since I can't do anything to that 63, I'm going to bring it down, but I am going to come over here and I'm going to do 25 times 2.5. 5 times 5 is 25. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. I'm done with the 5, so I add a 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. When I add these, I get 1 decimal place, so I need 1 decimal place. I get 62.5. 62.5 does not equal 63, so this would be true. This would be false, and so now we need to check the last one. And in the last one, this is saying 6.75 times 2.5 plus 4.25 times 2.5 should equal 27.5. I want y'all to do the math on this one, and I want you to figure out if this one is true. So I want you to do these two on your own. I hope this helped, and I hope to see you in tutorials. Otherwise, good luck on your test.